you see, we have always said it that the agenda of the Fulani is fully awake and alive. You see, the Fulanis in their lifetime have always been intentional. They don't make mistakes. But one thing that is certain about the Fulani is they are very patient in the pursuit of their goal and agenda. And what is that agenda? Islamization of the Nigeria as a country. The great desire, the greatest aspiration of the Fulani is to ensure that that pretext, Islamic Republic of Nigeria, is achieved. You know, today we call Nigeria Federal Republic of Nigeria. What the Fulanis really want is Islamic Republic of Nigeria, whereby if you are not Muslim, you will not have access to certain rights and opportunities. The Sultan of Sokoto, who has been known to be the should I say the chairman of National Society of something Islam in Nigeria, because he is the one that commands and controls the Islamic affairs, a Fulani man. By extension, it simply means that he is the one that calls the shots when it comes to the religious affairs in Nigeria, whether you are Igbo Muslim, whether you are Yoruba Muslim, whether you are an ethnic Muslim, whether you are a Middle Belt Muslim, whether you are a Kanuru Muslim, you pay obedience, you pay respect to who? To the orders of Sultan of Sokoto. If Sultan of Sokoto says that today we will no longer pray towards the east, we will start praying towards the southeast, every Nigerian Muslim has no choice other than to follow suit. A Fulani man instructing you. But you know, when it comes to Christianity, that is not the case. No one man can give command, instruction to Nigerian Christians. The Christian Hausa will worship God the way they deem it fit. Okay? They will fast the way they want to fast, because it is believed that judgment is left for God. But in this instance, the judgments will start right from the palace of the Sultan. Why? For what reason? What is the motive that the Sultan will have the temerity, will have the urgency, the will to write a letter to the Southwest governors, asking them that why is it not a situation of live and let live? That why are the Southwestern governors molesting the Yoruba Muslims? You know why he's saying that? They want a situation that they have in the north, whereby Sharia today is the order of the day. In the north today, you cannot have an alcohol parlor, a beer parlor. You cannot have a bar. You cannot have a restroom. You cannot have hotels. You cannot have all these recreational centers without the close approval of the Sharia. In a country that we say is secular, I mean, if a country is secular, it simply means if I find a space beside a mosque and I decide to use that space for whatever business that I like, maybe I want to have an open bar for people to come and drink alcohol. Maybe I want to have a motel where I'm going to pump girls for men to come and relax. It is a secular state. The mosque will not have any right by constitution to question my own establishment. Okay? Because it is constituted that Nigeria is a secular state. But this is against the desire of the Fulani oligarchs. This is against the lifetime desire of their forefather, who started a conquest in the 1804. This was the man who started a conquest in 1804 in Sokoto. They started conquering the Hausa people, because Sokoto was originally for the Hausas. All these lands, all these places, they did what? They wiped out all the Hausa leaders. Having wiped out all the national leaders, they installed their own self in that positions. They did it to an extent that they got to the northeast into the Kanuris, territory. They did it that they got into the Yoruba territory in Ilorin, whereby they displaced Afonja. On what basis was Afonja displaced? It was because Afonja said he was not going to accept Islam. Afonja said he wasn't going to be a Muslim. And when Alimi went back to Danfodio, but Danfodio told him that how is it possible in a place that you guys are now even the majority? A keferi means a pagan. How is it possible that a pagan will be your leader? My friend, go back there and do everything possible to topple him. That was what Alimi did. Alimi went to Ilorin, he did it, he toppled Afonja. They didn't just topple him alone, they took his life. And today in Ilorin, now the Ilorin are the one in control of the political affairs. So the Sultan of Sokoto is writing letter to the southwestern governors. How is this his own problem? The southwesterners are saying that southwest, the Yoruba territories will forever remain secular. If I want to carry my you know what they call ebo. Ebo in Yoruba means our rituals, right? Our local sacrifice. I can decide to take my sacrifice in the broad daylight and go to a junction and pay homage to whatever idol I decide to worship, whether in the night, whether in the morning, because it is a secular state. They can't do that in Ilorin today. They will tell you that Ilorin is a Muslim state. You cannot come and le borimbe le sagu. So this is what the Sultan of Sokoto wants. That in Lagos State, if Christians want to have an open crusade, they will tell them no, it is not possible. If they want to do such in Oyo State, that is the agenda. The agenda is in Ibarapa, in Iseyin, Shaki, all these places in Oyo. No, when they start applying Sharia there, the Christians, the apostolic, whatever they are, there are various dominions of Christians, they will not be able to have open crusade anymore. So this issue about Sultan of Sokoto trying to enforce Sharia, the southwestern governors are even, Dapo Abiodun just issued a memo about 1 hour ago. He said that the Sultan of Sokoto must be very careful that we do not want Sharia court in Ogun State. These are conversations that we are not supposed to be having as a nation. Our religion is supposed to be personal. I don't have to know what you have, what you believe in. It shouldn't be my problem. It shouldn't be my concerns. But when a woman who worshipped Obatala was gobstoned in Ife by Muslim faithfuls, they said it was against their tenants. The question is, was she worshipping that Obatala in front of the mosalashi? No. This woman was going on her own and they saw the need to stone her. So we have to be very careful. The constitution has said that Nigeria does not belong to any religion. As far as Nigeria is concerned, Nigeria is a country without religion. And Nigeria is a country that respects all religion. So the supremacy, that religious supremacy that they have now put upon themselves, that no, live and let live. If we want Sharia, let us have it. It is their right. You can see the Fulani's mechanisms. This is how they push people. And it is unfortunate that as of today we now have so many Yoruba fanatics who can even unalive, they can buy their own fellow Yoruba men because of religion. Yes, you see your brother that you guys grew together, the same mother, the same father, but because you are still a Christian, one has become a Muslim, then one of you is now an extremist. It could be from the Christianity side, it could be from the Muslim side, but because of extremism that is unchecked by the government, one will just go and buy the other one. But it is common for the Muslim guys. You hardly see with the Christians. You hardly see when Christians go and attack someone who is carrying out his religious, rituals. You hardly see it. What they will do is that they'll just face their own way and leave. highest thing they will do is they will intensify their prayers. So the Sultan trying to push, stylishly, they think they want to do this subtly by using some sense. You don't cast. This is 2025. This is not 1804. This is not 1821 when you defeated Ofonja. This is 2025, and all the southwestern governors are saying no to Sharia. They want to penetrate the Yoruba land. They have not been able to penetrate Southeast. Southeast has been telling them we don't want Islam. Openly, the Igbos will tell you that they do not believe in Islam because it is anti-progressive. It is Islam that will tell you that you should not believe in Western education. Islam will tell you that not question your leaders. In their religion, they can tell you that you can marry a 12-year-old child, unless if the parents give consent to it. I mean, these are the archaisms, the anomaly they want to push. You know that when they bring Sharia into Southwest, let me tell you one of the examples of what will happen. If you have a sexual intercourse with a young lady of 13 years old, they will oblige to go to Sharia court. In the Sharia court, that is not an offense. They will tell you get married to her. But in Nigerian courts, that is what? Minor sexual abuse. Okay? That is minor sexual abuse. So these are the issues, these are the things, and I'm so glad that the southwestern governors are rising up to this fight. They are speaking up, and they are being decisive that the southwest will remain a secular state, a secular region, and it will not at any point be overridden, be taken over by the Fulanis scheme of Islamization. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
The Fulanis have laid their hands on the gas earnings, of course, from Port Harcourt. What's your reaction?
And you see, the funniest thing is that the curse which Simon Ekpa is fighting is just, springing up. Barely how many days. So I don't think there's any other evidence Finland government is needed again to exonerate or free Simon Ekpa or let him off the hook of all the accusation. Because 2-3 days ago, 4 Enugu farmers were disallowed, killed. Let me use the language that people will understand. After all, YouTube knows what actually we are doing. I don't understand. So what cause was he fighting for? Is it not what actually happened in Enugu State? Enugu State farmers that were staying in the farmland slums, all those thatch house built for farmers in the farmland. You can stay there 2-3 days. You can come into the town or communities. They went there and do what? And sent them to their earlier graves. Why? Simon Ekpa, Nigerians presumably believed, was apprehended in Finland to stop protecting the Igbos. See, I'm telling you that Finland, being an advanced country, has given me the hope not to give up on what Simon Ekpa is doing. You know why? They are actually aware of Biafra agitation. Because many a times, in the past, the Biafrans in Finland, they often came out, protesting about the inhumanity, activities of Nigerian government against Igbo people. So the current attack, Fulani attack, herdsmen, terrorist attack on Igbos in Enugu axis has actually set Simon Ekpa free from all the accusations, from all the traps and crafty, moves made by Nigerian government using Peter Mba, the governor of the same province, district where Fulani herdsmen attacked farmers and disallowed, killed all of them.
But does he not know that the Fulanis are perfect deceptors who will just use and dump you? If you look at the history of the Yoruba chronology, how they use Afonja, and then dumped in, took over his, I mean, they took over his ancestral land.
Till today.
Why are these
They are
southern
occupying
governors,
Ilorin till
southeast,
today.
are the southeast governors not aware?
Thank you so much. Benefit of political, let me say, stage, political, let me say, arena, political stage, political transactions, going on in Nigeria. The benefit is too succulent, too enticing, too bogus that nobody. It is very, very hard to see somebody like Nnamdi Kanu that could at least resist political benefits of the Fulani hegemonies. They are the one in charge. They are above the Hausas. They are above the Yorubas. They are sitting on top of the Igbos because of Yorubas alliance with Fulani, because of Hausas alliance with Fulani, because of Urobos alliance with Fulani, Efik, Ibibio, and the rest of the ethnicities in Nigeria, alliance with Fulani. And that is actually what is giving them the overall dynamism.
But how did they achieve that feat? Whereby the Fulanis
centuries.
How did they? Because how is it that Fulanis are using everybody as a stepping stone?
Thank you. Can you listen to me and listen?
How were they able to outsmart everybody?
Can you listen and listen good? Sir Ahmadu Bello Fulani, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Fulani, the first prime minister of Nigeria. We are talking about 1960. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was supported by Britain, socialist Britain, the worst colonialist in Africa.
Oh,
they are devilish, they are demonic, they are witches and wizards, they are not Christians. They actually benefited from the pogrom of 1967 to 1970, whereby Igbos were annihilated. Over 7 million Igbos were annihilated. The people that sponsored Gowon military clique, Nigerian military clique led by Gowon, the British sponsored it to the level that many European countries denounced, returned their certificates. John Lennon returned his certificate. He said, "Why must I be so MBA, bachelor's degree on this, when a fellow Christian could, go that descend so low, killing the Igbos, and the Igbos are still Christians?" No, John Lennon, he returned his certificate. What about the Irish man that set himself ablaze in front of the United Nations Secretariat in New York? I often hit that point.
Yeah, sure.
He killed himself. He said, "Why? Christians oppressing Christians." Do you know what they understood? That Britain, they understood actually that Britain is a Christian country. Why persecuting fellow Christians that way? What's occurring Biafran children. The Irishman set himself ablaze. They poured petrol, fuel. Then you have others that actually denounce Christianity because of what British did to Igbo man from 1967 to 1970. They denounced Christianity. They digressed or defected or cross-carpeted into another religion, which might be maybe Buddhism, Hinduism, or Islam, because of British role, the role that Britain played from 1967 to 1970, when Nigerian Biafran War was raging. See, do you know why? As your question, you ask me, how did Fulani, gain this upper hand over us? Fulani started Islamization as early as 12th century, and I want to tell you that it started 630 AD. I mean Islam. That was when Prophet Muhammad started his onslaught.
But wait, what interest? Because religiously they are not allies. Britain and the Fulanis, who are majorly Muslims. So of what was the interest? Why would Britons look at them and say, okay, you deserve, instead of Britain giving the majority who are of Christians, who of course are found in the southeast, the power and South. But
South
instead,
South.
they rather chose Fulanis as
Thank you
other
so much.
tribes. Why did they do that?
Before you finish your questions, the answer prompts up in my brain. British are very, very astute. They always look at the gaining side, and they actually look at mostly what benefits them. Do you know why? They actually understood that the Fulanis, Ahmadu Bello, Sadona Osokoto, Abaketefe Belawa, they are low mentality stricken people, low mentality driven. They don't understand. They didn't go to school. By then, when we are talking about, when we are just discussing now, the Igbos have actually occupied the whole federal agencies in Nigeria. Postgraduates that time are Igbos, all of them. You know the people that were disallowed in their large numbers, up to 6 million Igbos, and nobody, even the Britain, even other ethnicities in Nigeria, could ever believe that Igbos will be this large in population later. So we are leading. We are still leading. Upon the numbers of people that were killed, we are still leading. The numbers of